Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's a boy, Yung Tite, and I'm a producer, artist, and songwriter. And right now, we're in Divine Class Studios, Owerri, and I'm going to be teaching you how to play trap-style hi-hats using your keyboard or any other external controller you have. And we're going to be using Reason 5, Propellerhead Reason 5 to do that. So, stay tuned. Usually, if you want to, play your hi-hats, on a trap beat like this, so you guys are familiar with trap songs like this. If you want to play the hi-hats, if you want to, key them in, usually you would go to the media editor and start clicking it one by one like this. Start clicking it one by one like this and all that stuff, and like you see here. And basically, that's for me is a lot of work. So I'm just going to give an example of what this tutorial will help you do. So as you can see, we play the hi-hats using the beat pad instead of using our mouse to key them in one by one, and it can be very helpful. And if you're a producer and you do something like this in front of a client, you make the client feel like you know what you're doing. You understand? And it's also a fun way to just play your hi-hats instead of using your mouse. To key in those MIDI notes one by one. For something, if you have a whole song to play, I mean, it's tedious, it's tiring. So this is just a way that we can do that. All right. So what we have here is a blank project. So the next thing we're going to do right now is create a mixer. This mixer is where we're going to be connecting all our devices to. So we're going to right click and go to create. We're going to create a mixer 14.2 right there. So we didn't hold shift while clicking it, so it automatically routes itself to our main audio in and audio out. So basically we're going to be using two devices to do this tutorial. We're going to be using a reed drum, and we're going to be using a matrix pattern sequencer. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to create these devices. We just right click and we go to create, but this time we hold shift because we don't want it to automatically connect itself to the mixer. So we're just going to hold shift and we're going to click on region computer. We're going to do the same for our matrix pattern sequencer. We're going to go to create. Matrix should be down right there. So yeah, hold shift, click. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to connect these devices to the mixer. So we flip to the back. You press your tab to flip to the back. Yeah, so we take the stereo out from the reed drum, just connect it to channel 1 on our main mixer. Then we go, okay, let's test whether this thing is working. Our hat is on 8, so if I click the hat, it should reflect on channel 1. All right, so the next thing we're going to do right now is to connect. If I flip to the back, we connect the gate TV from the matrix to the gate in of the hi-hat, which is on channel 8. So the idea is that the matrix will be controlling the playing of the hi-hats. So that's the basic idea of routing the gate TV to the gate in on channel 8. That's our hi-hats. So I'm going to just show you what this connection will do. If I press the play now, okay, let me turn off the metronome. All right, if I press the play right now, you would hear the hi-hats playing. Yeah, if I run it, the hi-hats play. The hi-hats are playing using these gate signals you can see here. You can see these red bars right here. These are the gate signals that are controlling the hi-hat. So basically, if I alter some of these gate signals, let me do something like this. it alters the playing of the hi-hats. You get, so basically we're using the matrix to play the hi-hats. In simple terms, we're using the matrix to play the hi-hats. So I just undo all this. All right, so the next thing we're going to do right now is we're going to set right here. If you look at where my mouse is, we have different patterns. We have pattern 1, 2, 3 down to 8. So we're going to set these different patterns at different resolutions. Resolutions is just how fast the hats play. So for pattern 1, we're going to set it at 1/8. Pattern 2, 1/8t. Pattern 3, 1/16. Pattern 4, 1/16t. Pattern 5, 1/32. Pattern 6, 1/64. Pattern 7, 1/128. For pattern 8, we're going to remove all the gate signals. We're just going to do this right here. Just drag down, remove all the gate signals. This is going to be our off, basically, when we're playing the hi-hat. It's going to be our off signal. So to show you what resolution does, I'm just going to play for you. Let's go to 1. Let me just run it through. If I play 2, you see that the resolution changes. It's faster. If I play 3, 4, so 7 is like the fastest. You understand? So, and if I play 8, it just stops. You don't hear any sound. You don't hear any sound. So that's like our off. So the next thing we're going to do right now is we're going to set our time signature to 1/4 right here. We'll set it to 1/4. We'll set it to 1/4. Then we're going to set our tempo to let's say 90. Why? Because most trap songs dwell in that field. If I put on the metronome and play, you can something like this comes to mind. Yeah, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team freaking here. Boys tell stories about the man. You understand? Most of our trap songs, dwell in that mid range from 90, maybe to like 80 to 100 thereabouts. They dwell in that mid range. So 90 is a very cool tempo to do a trap beat. So I told you I will explain to you why we set the time signature to 1/4. Don't worry, I will explain to you later on. All right. So we've succeeded in changing the resolutions of our different patterns. If I click on 1, you can see it's on 1/8. I change to 2. You can see in the resolution that it keeps on changing up to 7 and 8 is our off. So the next thing I'm just going to show you what we're trying to do, using our mouse so that you can appreciate the tutorial a little bit. If you had like a kick, if I had like a kick and a snare in the background and we had this metronome going on, you can do something like, yeah. So yeah, this is just like a small just for you to appreciate what we're trying to do. This is basically what we're trying to do. All right, so the next thing we're going to do right now is to program. These are different patterns at different resolutions. These patterns we put at different resolutions onto a controller. This controller can be your laptop, your MIDI keyboard, a beat pad, whatever it is. So the way to do is that you right click on one, let's say pattern 1. You go to if you're using a keyboard like your computer keyboard, you can go to keyboard override mapping and you can just set the just press any key you want. It can be your alphabets or numbers, whatever you want. So right now we're just going to be using I'm going to use Q, W, E, R, and A, S, D, F. That's what I'm going to use right now. So we have our Q and click OK. All right. If you had like an external controller, would right click and go to edit remote override mapping. You make sure the learn from control surface input is on, and if your external controller is connected, it would reveal, it would indicate something here. There'll be an indication when you press a key, either your beat pad or your keyboard or whatever it is. It will indicate in this bar right here. But right now we're using our keyboard, just a normal computer keyboard, to do this tutorial. Yeah. So I cancel this. Then we go to tool. We go to edit keyboard control mapping. Put that to W, and go to 3 E 4 R. Then we go to 5 A 6 S 7 D 8 F. So basically we've programmed it, and if our programs are working, but anytime we press any of these letters, or if you're using an external controller, anytime you press any of those not beat pads or your keyboard, this light should move, indicating that it's changing the patterns as you're pressing those buttons, and also the resolution will change along with it. So if I press Q, it's on 1, W, E, R, A, S, D, F. You can see that I'm not using my mouse to select it, I'm just using the keyboard. So Q, yep, everything is working. And you can see the resolution changing here as we press these different buttons. All right, so we're just going to do basically the same thing we did before, only this time we're going to be using our external controller to control it. So basically, this is exactly what we've been trying to do. If you had a kick and a snare and some synths going on in the background, and you can use this method to lay your hi-hats seamlessly. I told you before that I was going to tell you why we set the time signature to 1/4. Well, this is the reason. It helps us switch faster between resolutions, between patterns. Okay, let me give you an example. If you while I'm switching, watch the light right here. Just watch the light. You see that it is slower. The light reflects, but the player does not respond as fast as the light does. It's like it has to complete the bar, the 4 beats in the bar before it responds. So I'm going to set it back at the default. Set it back at default. That's 4/4. And just watch the light. We'll just watch the light, and see that you will see that it lags while we're switching. Can you see? We're at 2 now, but it just got to 2 right now. If you go to like 7, it just got to 7 right now. We go to 4, it takes a while. And 1, 3, it just changed. You understand? So it lags if it's on 4/4 because it has to complete the 4 beats in a bar or something related to that. So it's always best we put it at 1/4. This helps us switch between patterns easily. It helps us switch easy. Yeah, so some of you are probably asking, okay, after doing all this, how do we bring it onto the song, onto the beat, onto the playlist, the sequencer, whatever it is you call it? Well, it's very simple. The same way you record yourself playing a keyboard or record yourself playing percussions or whatever it is you're recording, you can record these movements. You can record all these movements onto the playlist. So we just go to our sequencer and we record. That's as easy as that. So as you can see, what we recorded is right here. Basically, what is just recording is the change in patterns. You can see the lights changing here. So that's if you had a beat going on already with a lot of things going on in the background, now this would just be like the icing on the cake. This would just be the icing on the cake, just to give it that trap feel, So I did it for one of my songs, so you probably need to hear the song so you can appreciate this tutorial all the more. All right, so you're probably saying, oh, okay, it's not a bad tutorial, but what's the use of this tutorial? Well, if we were not using this method to to play our hi-hats, we'll be doing something like this. We'll go to matrix already muted. We'll be going to redrum. We'll go to our redrum and we'll be doing something like this. We'll create a clip. You press your Alt and create a clip. You double click and you start laying your hats, one by one. Okay, our snap's already on 1/64. Let's put it on 1/16 so we can be snappy about it. So we'll probably be doing something like this. And then if we want something more, a little bit more, drastic, a little more exciting, we'll change the snap to 1/32. Then we'll do something like this. And then even more drastic, can change to 1/64. Zoom in again. Zoom in again and do something like this. And if you want to get crazy, just do something like this. And then you can have something like this. That it will take you that amount of time, to play that. You understand? So this is where this tutorial excels. I mean, you just play it normally and you get a very dynamic hat progression. A very dynamic hat progression. Understand? So this is the importance of this tutorial. If you want to enjoy your hi-hats as the beat is going on, you'll probably use this tutorial. All right. So the next thing we're going to do right now is you might be saying, okay, so I have to go through all this process just to play my hi-hats. Well, actually, you don't have to go through all this process because you can just save this patch. You just save the patch, so the next time you need it, you just load it up. So, okay, we have our matrix. We're just going to click our matrix, click our redrum. Make sure you hold control while clicking so that they can select both themselves. Then you right click and go to combine. And then you just go and save it as a patch. So whenever you need it, you just load it up. So we go to save patch and we can name it, let's call it trap. All right, let's call it trap hi-hat. Let's call it trap hi-hat. So we can just save it. Just save it and if assuming we just open a song, a new song, I wanted to load up these hi-hats. You understand? Assuming this wasn't there, we'll just right click, create a combinator, hold shift while clicking so that it doesn't auto route itself, and then we just go to load up. I saved it on the desktop so I can easily reach it, so I'm just going to look for that. Yeah, these are trap hi-hats. All right, so you see it is right here. Everything is right here. The only thing you will need to do actually is just reprogram it, because the programming we did before doesn't save along with the patch. It doesn't save along. So all you just have to do is reprogram it. Right click, go to edit remote or control override, and press whatever key you want to use to control it, and blah blah blah. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. So you don't have to every time you want to do something like this, start the whole process again. No, you don't have to do that. The only thing you need to do is load it up and program the buttons again to play the hi-hats. That's all you need to do.
Thank you for watching the tutorial. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something. Please leave your comments on suggestions, and maybe if you have something you want me to help you with, I could probably do another tutorial. This is my first, so just go easy on me. This tutorial was actually done for one of my songs. My newest song, which I'm going to release along with the tutorial. The link will be at the bottom of the page. I featured a veteran rapper, DC Tune, on the song. You need to hear this dope joint. So please visit www.youngtite.com, my website. Leave a comment, say whatever you want, just get back to me. Alright, have a nice day.